Street Genius Hot 66. How to be a little less certain of yourself. Questioning ourselves and doubting our own thoughts and beliefs is one of the hardest skills to develop. But it can be done. There are some questions that will help you breed a little more uncertainty in your life. Question number one: what if I am wrong? A friend of mine recently got engaged to be married. The guy who proposed to her is pretty solid. He doesn't drink, he doesn't hit her or mistreat her. He's friendly and has a good job. But since the engagement, my friend's brother has been dominating her non-stop about her immature life choices, warning her that she's going to hurt herself with this guy, that she's making a mistake, that she's being irresponsible. And whenever my friend asks her brother, "What is your problem? Why does this bother you so much?" He acts as though there is no problem, that nothing about the engagement bothers him, that he's just trying to be helpful and look out for his little sister. But it's clear that something does bother him. Perhaps it's his own insecurities about getting married. Perhaps it's a sibling rivalry thing. Perhaps it's a jealousy. Perhaps he's just so caught up in his own victimhood that he doesn't know how to show happiness for others without trying to make them feel miserable first. As a general rule, we're all the world's worst observers of ourselves. When we're angry or jealous or upset, we're oftentimes the last ones to figure it out. And the only way no figure it out to be to put cracks in our armor of certainty by consistently questioning how wrong we might be about ourselves. Am I jealous? And if I'm, then why? Am I angry? Is she right? I'm just protecting my ego. Questions like these need to become a mental habit. In many cases, the simple act of asking ourselves with questions generates the humility and compassion needed to resolve a lot of our issues. But it's important to note that just because you ask yourself if you have the wrong idea doesn't necessarily mean that you do. If your husband beats the crap out of you for burning the pot roast and you ask yourself you're wrong to believe he's mistreating you, well, sometimes you're right. The goal is merely to ask the questions and entertain the thought at the moment, not to hate yourself. It's worth remembering that for any change to happen in your life, you must be wrong about something. If you're sitting there miserable day after day, and then that means you're already wrong about something major in your life. And until you're able to question yourself to find it, nothing will change. Question number two: what would it mean if I were wrong? Many people are able to ask themselves if they're wrong, but how few are able to go the extra step and admit that it would mean if they were wrong. That's because the potential meaning behind our wrongness is often painful. Not only does it call into question our values, but it forces us to consider what a different contradictory value could potentially look and feel like.